Hello friends, we are doing this watercolor pencil painting of yellow roses this time. This is a masking fluid with which we are going to mask out the tiny flower buds. This can be applied with a slightly older brush which is not in your normal use. Once the masking fluid is completely dry, we start with the coloring work. I'm using Derwent water-soluble pencils here. I'm using chrome yellow, yellow ochre and burnt sienna in that order to do the shading work of the roses. At this point the coloring will be very random, as in there won't be particular shapes marked out, but of course we will have to keep in mind the light source, which in this case is the top left corner. Similarly for the greens, I am using light green, dark green and a little bit of red. For the shading, as always, all the surfaces facing the light source will be in light tones and those against the light source will be in dark tones. At this point, as you can see, I am just marking out the light tones, middle tones and dark tones without giving much importance to the particular shapes of petals or even leaves. Of course, the basic composition of the painting will have to be kept in mind. After the basic coloring is done, we start using a wet brush to run over these colored areas, establishing the actual shapes of each of the petals and leaves as we go along. For this particular painting, I am using a very impressionistic sort of a style of painting, wherein I will not be painting each and every petal and each and every vein on the leaf, but it will be rather an impression of the shapes that we see in these flowers or the leaves. This kind of a style will give the painting a rather individualistic, textured kind of look, which will add interest to the painting. Of course, the light and shade effect will have to be kept in mind so that we don't wander too much from the 3D effect of the painting. I am working from light to dark as we do mostly in watercolors, but I'll be also going back and forth between the color pencil work and the wet brush work so that the shapes are properly established until I'm satisfied with the final effect of the work. I'm using contrasting colors and shades for the background so that the positive elements in the painting, in this case the roses, stand out against the contrasting and a slightly darker background. For this particular painting, I am not going to do too many details either on the roses or the leaves because, like I said, this is an impressionistic painting where we do not require to show the actual details of the painting, otherwise it would have been a realistic painting. The basic composition of the painting, the color scheme, the color contrasts, the lights against the darks, these are enough to bring out the characteristic of the painting. The background too is kept quite rough so as to give the painting a particular texture, which is why I am going back and forth with the color pencil work and the wet brush work. There are of course different methods of painting with watercolor pencils, and this is only one of it. You can of course choose whichever suits you the best. Once the painting is completely dry, we start removing the dried up masking fluid. Like I have been saying, as always, we need to take care to remove each and every speck of the dried up masking fluid. If even a tiny speck is left unremoved on the surface of the paper, It can damage your painting in due course of time. After removing the masking fluid, you can add minor details as you wish before you stop and wrap up the painting and feel that it is done. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, do subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave your comments and share it with your friends. Thank you.